What's up, guys? Lou Betya here. I'm on a time constraint this week, but I did want to get some kind of prop show out to you guys for UFC on ABC 3. There's 6 that caught my eye. It's a dicey card, I think. I'll give you some of my quick picks as well, but really I'm just focusing on the prop element. If you are watching this, please hit the like button. Please subscribe to the channel. It does help us a lot. And let's get moving, man. The first couple of fights on the card, I don't really have thought on Jessica Penne and Emily Ducote, Eileen Ducote. There's no props that caught my eye here. Dwight Grant and Stoltzfus, I know Grant's the split decision king, but I don't like him coming up a weight class. I don't like him coming off a knockout loss. I don't like that Stoltzfus has not won in the UFC. That's a pass for me as well. Dustin, Jacobi, and Jung, I'm on the Jacobi side. I'm Factory X biased. I mean, there's no other way to put it. This line movement is crazy. I don't know that I'm going to get there on the betting window. It's a little suspicious to me, but I tend to favor Jacobi here. He might be a good live betting spot too, but I don't love the fight. So here we get to the first prop that I have. Bill Algeo, the Pride King of Prussia, PA, against Herbert Burns. It feels like Herbert Burns is going to be really live round 1. I do like a live bet on Algeo round 2, but in terms of an actual prop that I love, I'm leaning on Algeo round 2 KO at plus 800. I don't trust Burns' cardio. I want to wait till I see him on the scale, but in general, Burns has not looked great past round 1. He is coming off a round 2 KO loss. I know Algeo hasn't really shown knockout power at this level at this point, but this is more of a fade on Burns' cardio than anything else. I will be playing Algeo round 2 KO at plus 800. Moving on, Ricky Simone, Jack Shore. I still really don't know what to do with this one. I lean Simone. I'm going to put an interesting prop out there. I don't think I'll get there, but the Jack Shore KO is interesting to me. We see people that like to grapple a lot. And typically, if you get 2 people that love to grapple a lot, what do we got? We got a stand-up matchup. If it is stand-up, I think Shore is more technical. I think he's the bigger guy. I think he has more power. A KO is not out of the question, but this is not a prop that I love. It's just a different angle on the fight in general. Punahele Soriano against Dalcha, champion. I don't want any part of this fight either. This line is crazy. I don't even trust the fight doesn't go. I'm laying off this completely. Lauren Murphy, Miesha Tate. This is another one. I don't know what to make of this. I kind of assume that the Miesha Tate side is the side, but I'm not getting there at all in this betting window. I don't trust either one. I don't trust the move and weight. I'm just going to be completely off this to begin with. Now we start getting the ones that I'm interested in because the next 5 are props that I like. We get to Shane Burgos against Charles Jourdain. I am on the Shane Burgos side here. I must point out that between him and Jourdain, 8 times one of their fights has ended in the 3rd round, for and against. I am on the Burgos round 3 prop here at 10-1. I think it's good odds. Jourdain recently just lost to Julian Erosa in the 3rd round. Not that I expect Burgos to wrap up a sub, but he does have submission victories in his past. Most notably, he has one against Bill Algeo. I mean, it's from years ago, but still, he does have some sneaky grappling there, at least to negate Jourdain. I like the reach. I like the volume. I think we're getting a really good price on this based on recency bias. So give me Burgos round 3 at 10-1. One of my favorite props in the card, even though we know it's probably going to decision. But if you're going to give me 10-1 on this prop, I love it for a fight that Burgos, I think, is going to be in control with from start to finish. Matt Schnell and Suma Darji. So, yeah, I mean, 8 out of 10 times Suma Darji is going to win this fight. I'm loving all the time props here. The one prop that I thought was really interesting, though, when you give me a guy whose win condition is a round 1 play and that's it, I tend to look at it. And this really caught my eye, that Schnell round 1 submission, which I do believe is his path to victory. 1,700 on FanDuel. My book has it at plus 1,600, which is Betway. Again, I think he has 5 minutes to win this fight. Could he lose in the 1st round? Absolutely, he could. But if you're going to give me what I think is a guy who does have a grappling advantage against a guy who's been submitted in all 4 of his pro losses, I'm going to take that shot. I'm going to go for it. For me, give me Matt Schnell round 1 sub as my favorite prop there. And I guess I somehow made this enabled for chat. But hello, Lauren, welcome. And I'm just doing a quick prop show. Hopefully something quick and easy for people that are looking for high odds bets for this week. Let me move on to the next fight here. We have Ching Lang Lee against Muslim Salikov. I like both of these guys a lot. One prop that caught my eye, though, I like the Lee KO. I saw it at plus 350 earlier. I don't know what it is now. We're going to take a look. 350, 360, depending on your book. 330 on DraftKings. I know that Salikov hasn't been KO'd, but I think we're getting a really nice buy low spot on Lee. It's going to be a stand-up fight for 15 minutes. I like his power. I like his youth. I like his reach. And I like that he has changed his camp and a lot of things in his diet since his loss to Khamzat months ago. So I'm taking a flyer here on Lee. I do think he'll be the more energetic guy with better cardio. I'm not really concerned about Salikov's age as much, but you could compare this to the Oleksy Dos Santos fight, which I think Dos Santos won, although it was close. It's going to be a similar stylistic matchup to that. So I'm going to take a stab on Lee at KO. If you play his decision prop here, I don't hate that either. It's kind of interesting. It's sitting at around 460, but I like the power of Lee here, and I think he's going to be the first guy to get Salikov out of there with a KO. And now we get to my craziest prop, or my craziest two props: Amanda Lamosh against the Karate Hottie, Michelle Waterson. So I am going to play Michelle Waterson by submission at plus 1,200, and I am going to play her round 3 submission at 50-1 odds. My feeling here is that the bloom is off the rose a little bit with Lamosh. I don't like her cardio. Like, I didn't like how she looked against Angela Hill. I can't say I didn't like her cardio against Andrade because the fight ended so quick. Waterson looks in tremendous condition right now. She's jacked. I think she's going to fight a smart fight here, and a smart fight means avoiding a firefight altogether, getting this to the ground. Even if she doesn't get takedowns early, just getting her against the cage, making this ugly, tiring Lamosh out. I think by the end of round 2, that neck's going to be sitting there. She's going to be taken down at will, and I think that Waterson can get her out of there with a submission victory. If you want to play her round 2, don't hate it. Her sub prop's at 1,200 if you just want to go that route. But you know, I know Brady and Weezy like to joke around about Lou bets, but I mean, there's no more Lou bet than this 5,000 hanging out here for Waterson sub. So give me a poke on that for the co-main event. I'm on the Waterson side to begin with. I think she wins a decision here at worst. I just like the cardio advantages, and I think she's a great live bet spot after round 1 as well. So keep your eyes focused on that. You probably get 6-1 on her, maybe 5-1 on her after the first round. And then we come to the main event. I missed the number on this. I am on the Ortega sub. It's down to plus 200 on my book on Betway. I see 280, 250 on some books. I mean, obviously, I missed the number. This number was great earlier in the week. It was sitting at plus 470 on Sunday, but I missed the number. But I know a lot of people are looking at these late round props here. I'm not. I don't think he's going to need more than 1 or 2 takedowns to win this fight. So I typically think with main events, you get a round of a feeling out process. I think Ortega is going to try to avoid some of the power, maybe show that he's improved in the stand-up like he did against the Korean Zombie. I think that's going to be most of the first round, but I think by the second round, he's going to take him down. If he takes him down early and has all that time to work with, I think Rodriguez is in big trouble. So I'm eyeing up Ortega round 2 submission and his round 3 submission props. Ortega round 2 plus 1,500, round 3 plus 1,900. I love both here. I think it's not going to take as long as people think. I don't think this will be this instant classic that everybody does. I kind of lean that Rodriguez is a little bit on the overrated side. He's flashy for sure. He's got power. Don't get me wrong. Ortega is hittable. I know all these things, but I think Ortega is improving by leaps and bounds. It's dependent on him going to the wrestling early. I get that, but I don't think he needs more than 1 takedown to win this fight. I just believe that he's going to completely outclass him on the ground. His transitions are quick. I don't think Rodriguez has seen anything like this in his career, and I think he's going to wrap that guillotine up. When that prop comes out on BetMGM does a lot of the submission props where you can pick the exact method, I will take a look at what the guillotine prop is. I mean, if you're giving me 10-1 on it, I think I'll jump on it. Anything less than that, I can't do it. But those are my props for UFC on ABC this Saturday on the early start time. Please like and subscribe to the video, and go tell your friends that I recorded a 10-minute prop video just to get some content out. Thank you and take care.